Hi, beautiful Pisces. Welcome to New Era. My name is Emma. Pisces, this is your mid-month read, September until October. And we're going to start with an undercurrent energy here that is sort of going to simmer throughout the reading and simmer throughout this time period. And we're going to get all the cards on the table to clarify and really get into the message. And at the very end, I'm going to invite the angels to come and add whatever they want to add. Any additional messages, inspirational messages that you could benefit from hearing right now. I just want to say also, Pisces, that I just started to offer personal readings. So if you're interested in a personal reading, read about it in the description, send me a message, and we'll take it from there. Pisces, mid-September until mid-October, please. There you go. Angel of Miracles. Wow. Open your heart and expect a miracle. And immediately, I just want to say, maybe this is just for like one person. But today, it's so interesting, like what different things I see. Today, I see this little baby reaching for the tail. So this looks like a tail of an animal. It looks like a cat. It can be a dog. Do you see like it looks like a furry, fluffy, big tail, which probably, it looks a little bit more like a cat, I would say. But it's sort of the message is an animal. That there's, so Pisces, you might have someone around you. Could be a child, could be a grandchild, could be a friend's child. Any type of child that is like going for an animal right now. That's why I say it's probably like for one person, because it's, because not every person has children around them that is this small. That is like they don't understand the concept of like taking it a little bit easy. It's just, wow, that's the tail of this fluffy cat, or there's the tail of this yummy dog, and they're just going to grab it. You know, almost not having a feeling of not understanding really what they're doing to the animal. So this is a shout out to someone to just let them know that they're heard. You're heard. Pay extra attention to this reading here today, okay? I also get that someone is literally wanting a baby, wanting to get pregnant for such a long time. And either you've just got the news that you're pregnant, or you're just about to get the news that you're pregnant. It feels like a miracle to you. It's almost like one of those situations where it's just not supposed to happen. Or you thought it just won't happen. It's just not in the cards. But it is in the cards. It's telling me it is in the cards. For the general population, for the general Pisces, this is when you get to expect a miracle. This is when, and what is a miracle? I don't actually like to use the word miracle, because in miracle implies it doesn't happen all that often, if ever. It's a miracle that it happened. But that just puts us in a position where we feel like we are not in charge, where it can't create whatever it is that we want, or we are sort of in the hands of something greater that we can't affect. And that is just not my truth. My truth is that we have a big say in this, and that you do get to create whatever it is that you want. But the feeling here is that like expect it to be, and it will be. Expect it to be, and it will be. Well, let's see why that is here. Let's see why that's this simmering. Open your heart and expect a miracle. Why that is there. So what do you have for Pisces, please? Pisces. Why is this here? Ooh. Wow. Goodness me. No wonder there's miracles going on there. So the first ones, we have two aces. Two aces coming out. Ace of Michael and Ace of Raphael. And then we have King of Gabriel. We have Knight of Gabriel. Then going into the King of Gabriel. I'm just going to get some more clarifiers, and then we're going to really get into the message. This is some gorgeous energy. Wow, Pisces. Okay, why are these cards here, please? All of them. Knight, King, Ace, Ace. You aced it. I'm laughing so that wow. Rejoice in celebration and fulfillment of wishes. And look at the duplication. Like we have ace, ace. And then we have both like knight and king, very similar. Both Gabriel. And then we have green, green. Rejoice in celebration and fulfillment of wishes. Which is also very like similar in their energies. So it's coming out in pairs like that. It's coming out sort of a mirror effect and a duplication is what I want to say. I've been so into parallel realities recently, and like just multiverses and all of that, like extra dimensional stuff that is just freaking yummy because it just never ends. It's just more to figure out all the time. We might go into that a little bit. I just find that a lot of the things that I'm drawn to sort of in my day-to-day is something that then is going to sort of spill over into at least some of the readings, because it's like what I'm doing on my path and what I then attract here in these readings it goes really hand in hand. At least every once in a while, it becomes very synchronistic. So let's get into these gorgeous energies. So we have the expect a miracle. And I also see like flying above, like it can even be like go above your own thoughts, like go above and beyond, go where you haven't been in your thoughts before. It can be override other people's thoughts, other people's ideas and what they think that you should do. And it can also be the quietness of what someone thinks that you should do. Does that make sense? It might not have been someone saying out loud. So you're headed in a certain direction. You're clear of your direction. You know where you're going. And you might like really do like put in the work to get there, no matter what this is about. It's a general read. So it's going to be different for every single one of you. So, and then you have those chatter boxes that is just having opinions, and it might not even be that someone has spoken out loud saying, is that where you're headed, or I'm not agreeing with you, or I don't see how that even would happen. They might actually just say it internally, so the fact that you can hear it, you pick up that this is not the norm. This is not usually what will happen at the very end, because most people would agree that would be a miracle. That would be really tough for it to happen the way that you planned it to, or where you're going. So I think you're quite alone in your path. There's something about rising above other people's thoughts, other people's thought forms, whether they're vocalized or silent, to just not pay attention. I just see something about to crystallize. There's a fiery element there. A fiery element, something like coming into view. It's like whatever this is for you, it hasn't come into view yet, but you're starting to pick up the essence of it. You might dream about it. It might be really easy to think about it. You know, not a lot of people understand that thoughts are also manifestations. I could talk a month about how thoughts are also manifestations. Sometimes we don't even have access to the thought. And so when we take it so lightly, when we have a thought about something we want to do, that's the first step of the fully manifested version of where you're headed. A thought came to you. You created a thought that is in the realm of what you want. Okay? And so we take that so lightly, and we sort of disrespect, in a way. I have this thought. Well, you should pay attention to those thoughts that you have. And where I'm headed with this is that in the very beginning, it might even be strugglesome. Can you say that? It can even be like, it's a little bit of a struggle to have even those thoughts. You sort of have to go back into them and remind yourself of them. They don't come easily. But when you've done enough work and you sort of thought them again, and you thought them again, and you thought them again, it goes easier and easier and easier. And now soon enough, there's even the essence of it. It's starting to come into view. It's not, we don't see what this is. I don't see what this is. I don't see what this is just yet. It hasn't come into manifestation, like really manifested form just yet, but the essence is there. And the dreams could have started to be there, like in your sleep state. The dreams could have really been starting to tell you that you're on your way. And also, it gets easier and easier and easier to think the thought of it. Sometimes the thought starts to think it for you, and you're like, oh, that's right. Like I can, you don't have to struggle for it anymore. So then we have Knight of Gabriel, which is it is a new energy. Pisces, this is a new energy that is it's coming into your life. And if I'm not, didn't you have this last time too? I just feel for Pisces lately, there is a shift. There is for a long time it was quite heavy, and it was like you probably wasn't too sure of your spiritual path. Maybe you didn't even consider your life to be hard or bad or wrong in any way, but it probably was very same routine. And now it's like we come into this lightness and this shift, and you come into the miracle energy, and you're really you're putting things into motion, and this new energy entering your life is like, it's saying time to take action. It's go time. And we have King of Gabriel, which is, when we get closer and closer to something that we want. So you started as an idea, and then we're bringing it into essence, and you're starting to, oh my Lord, what if it actually can happen? Like from the very beginning, it might even be a utopia. It might just be you've just been playing with the thoughts, because it will never really happen. It wouldn't happen. That's too big. It's too vague. It's too far off. I don't even know where to begin to, that will never happen. And then as Abraham Hicks, as they say, continue to say, a belief is just, if every person could get this into their being, the world would look a little bit differently. A belief is just a thought you keep thinking. So if you have a belief that says, I can't do this, you're going to have thoughts that nourish that belief. And if you want to change that belief, you just change the thoughts, and you just repeat the thoughts long enough, deep enough, with emotion enough behind it, so that eventually you're going to actually shift the belief. And once you're in belief, it's soon to happen. A belief is just a thought you keep thinking. What happens, and what I'm feeling here, is that the closer we get to the thing actually manifesting, so you've gone from thoughts into putting this into, you feel the essence of it, you feel it there, you breathe it. It's like, could this really happen? Like, oh my God. And can I just say, it doesn't even have to be, I'm not trying to downplay or upplay. I'm just trying to say, because it's a general read, the feeling of this is gonna be so different for everyone. I just want to say, for one Pisces, this could be a very, very specific thing. You thought about the thing. You thought about this situation, this manifestation for quite some time. It's very literal. This, like, if you ask this particular Pisces, they would say, yes, this is the very thing that I want. I didn't think I was going to have it, but yes, here it is. And for another Pisces, I just want to say, this could just be that you're starting to find yourself in such a just smooth place in your life. Does that make sense? Maybe just a couple of years back, or like 10 or 15 years back, in your wildest dreams, you probably couldn't even see that where you're at right now is like, oh my goodness, it is a miracle that you're now coming into this place where you're starting to appreciate things. Like, you're appreciating yourself, you're appreciating your friends, you're appreciating your life. Work is going great. Finances are starting to come in. Like, you're not living your life like paycheck to paycheck anymore. You really have sort of a good life. And it's like this manifested, just so you understand that it's, for someone, it might not even be like a big thing. It can just be a feel of life. That is unbelievable that you're actually in this state, because if you took a look back, you probably thought you were never going to be here. And then now you're here. You're starting to see that this is a freaking miracle. I am living such a gorgeous life. I hope that makes sense. What I was headed towards, reminded again, I was going to forget, is that when we get closer and closer, so you're starting to see the essence of this, is that it's so easy to just think of a big idea and just have it as a grand idea and have it be that idea in your head. But as you get closer and closer and it starts to like really form and shape and come into materialized form, the idea then becomes more and more detailed. And Spirit's asking you to just keep the big picture. King of Gabriel is all about keeping the big picture and not get consumed or sucked into the details of stuff, because the details sort of tends to slow things down right now. If you can go into the details, and if you sort of can play it out the way you see it be played out, and still hold that beautiful energy of yours, by all means get into the details. But this is sort of saying this new energy is here, it's coming in, it's turning things upside down. It's like in the best way thinkable. There's this new energy and it's just sweeping in there. But as you're getting really, really close and you're starting to interfere a little bit with the miracle energy, it can even feel like it stops for a bit. Like I felt it there. It was right there. It was coming in, and then what? It stops a little bit. It might just be that you're slowing things down, because at the very brink of it just coming into manifestation, you can tend to just overdo it a little bit, or tend to feel like, oh, I don't know if it's going to happen. Just keep your eye on the big picture, lean back on that beautiful throne of yours, and just know Pisces, that, you've done the structure, you've done the planning, you've done the organization of this. It's like, it's all good. It's going to come in the way you think it's going to come in. And both Gabriel, with two of them here, is coming out saying, be playful about it. Bring that inner child out of yours. What? Bring your the inner child, bring it out and let it be curious and adventurous and playful. When you start to get a little bit serious, when you think it's right there, just sing. Bring the inner child and let it rip. Let it just go loose on the situation, and you will have whatever it is in no time. The little baby that is so carefree. Have you seen an animal ever that a little baby just goes, they just go up to them and they just do, if not like in real life, you've seen it on videos, probably endless of videos, where they just, they rip their ear and they pull their tail, and and the dog, you just look at the dog, or you look at the cat, even cats. Well, cats are a little bit faster to I'm not interested in that. But even cats, they sense, they feel, they know that this child, playful child, has no sense of itself. I'm not comparing with you, Pisces, right now. If you just are, you can even be oblivious. You can even be so naive, and you can be so literally know nothing at all. If you just have that playfulness, the story, the situation around you will act accordingly. Even a cat will sense that, okay, this is just a very, this baby doesn't mean anything. They're completely harmless, and they even allow them to squish their face or pull their tail, and they're not doing anything. That is just the purest of hearts from a baby, that is just so playful, and they found something yummy, and they're just, what is this squishy thing? If you just bring that playfulness and that childlikeness to the table in this very moment, you're going to have miracles happen. If that is not enough, we have 2 aces. Like, this is like the most gorgeous thing ever. And the first one is saying, just keep, again, it's saying a little bit, keep your eye on the big picture. Don't get sucked into the details. This is what I want. I'm not going to care about how it's going to come about, where, when, what. Here's where I'm headed. And this, today I'm seeing this little toad, there's a little froggy there, a little toad sitting on the mountain with Michael, which is all about bring joy into every single element. Whatever you're doing, bring more joy into the situation. I'm sure there's no situation where anyone has ever said, you're just a little bit too happy right now, or like you're bringing too much humor to the table. We do not like it. Like, you probably have not been turned away for being too peaceful. I don't think so. That's a really, really messed up, really, really depressed person to hate you for that, because they probably really want to be in your position. But other than that, it's really, really beautiful. So it's like, and Michael, it's very much like the Knight of Gabriel. It's action forward. Let's do this, but keep the big picture. You have such an overview right now. It's like you have such clarity. You know where you're going. An ace is the highest possible energy in the situation. It's so ripe. Together with Ace of Raphael, which is also sort of standing on top of, I'm on top of things. You're on top of things. Having control of the situation. And this literally talks about you letting someone in your life. So if you're single, if you're looking for love, this is a moment where you probably will let your divine counterpart in. If you're in a committed relationship, this is when... Okay, here's what I want to say. The situation you're in, it cannot stay the same. It won't stay the same. So if you're sort of at the very end of a relationship, it will probably end here. There's a transformation going on. There's such a strong energy about you that right now, anything that doesn't match that energy is just going to rule itself out. If you're in a beautiful, gorgeous, committed relationship and you just feel like, oh my God, I can be that little child with that cat, it's just going to deepen. Something's going to shift where you just feel like, oh my Lord, I didn't think I could feel more love for one person like this. And then this happens, or this energy is now coming into my body, which just allows for you to just deepen the relationship even more. If you're single and you're looking for love, you can't stay single anymore. There's like a switching point here. You're attracting your person. It's a new emotional situation. So it is also like an overall feel for your life. You're just coming into this next chapter where you're starting to feel really, really good about yourself. I love this for you. And it's two aces. This is really, really powerful. And then we have rejoice and celebration. 3, which is creativity, inspiration, creation, manifestation, celebration. Fulfillment of wishes, parting of the sea. Like you're coming into what it is that you want here. You are manifesting what you've been wanting to manifest. There's going to be a big celebration. And whether that is literally a big celebration because of something you've achieved, or if that is like an inner, it's just a recognition or reward, or it's like you just feel this contentment in your soul, like you're on such a good path. Let's see if the angels have anything to add here, please. Do you have anything to add here for Pisces, please? 1 card. Xana, I love this. I love this heart. You are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. I ask you to relax and feel safe. And the opening of the heart, I'm always so drawn to her heart. Like she's just the rays coming out of her heart, and the crystal, or it's like crystallizing. It's crystallizing. Something is coming to manifestation. It's coming from the heart. It's a heart matter. It's like you've done it the right way this time. It's not because I need to do this because of fear of what happens if I don't do this. I need to do this because I'm feeling lackful or worried or not enough or anything like that. You're not coming from your mind or from an ego place. You're coming from your heart. There's something you're bringing into your reality right now that is so heart-based. And you can just know that as you enter this heart-based space and as you're in this vibration, nothing will reach you. Nothing that is like bad or lower vibes, can even enter. That's why I'm saying when you get to this place vibrationally, the things that don't match will rule themselves out. Like vibrationally, it just can't stay there. It just doesn't match your energy. And the same thing goes vice versa. If you're up there, it can't sort of all of a sudden just come in if it doesn't match the energy. Anything coming in is going to match your beautiful self. It's going to match your beautiful energy. What a gorgeous reading. And I'm so happy for you, Pisces, because like I said, it has been feeling like a little bit heavy in the past. It's like you're on such a beautiful path right now, and you're just stay clear on what you're asking about, and you're on such a beautiful journey right now. Okay, that's what I have for you. Hope it's uplifting and inspirational. Thank you so much for being here, watching these videos with me. Give it a thumbs up if you like this video, and also consider to subscribe to the channel. Doesn't cost you a penny, but it really helps me a lot. Also, again, if you're interested in a personal reading, read about it in the description, send me a message, and we'll take it from there. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.